Greetings, Eric Backer. Thanks for coming back and checking out my video. I always appreciate people coming to the Candida Crusher channel to have a good look around. There are lots of videos I've created. In fact, there's well over 1,000 videos now. So have a look at the channel. Check out the playlists. There's, I think, about 30 odd playlists. So if you've got a question, it's likely to be in one of those playlists because there's about 1,100 videos, I believe now. So there should be plenty for people to look through and have a look. Now here's a typical question I get. The Candida cleanse before and after. You know, what can I expect after my cleanse? Well, it really depends on how you feel prior to your cleanse and how you undertake the cleanse. If you take an intelligent approach and get the information, example, get a good test before you start treating the gut, then it's going to be a lot easier for you to navigate, you know, through that cleanse detoxification pathway. Especially if you've got a big problem or you've had a long-standing problem with your digestive system or with your skin, you know, or autoimmunity. So whether you believe you've got Candida or not, if you've got a gut issue and you put a protocol into place, stuff is going to happen. There's no doubt about it. And that stuff, in inverted commas, all depends on how you manage that cleanse. And we're going to talk about that in subsequent videos anyway. So what you can expect after a Candida cleanse is, well, again, it depends on how severe the case is. If you've been sick, like some of my patients, for 10 or 20 years, it could take it easily 1 to 2 years before you start feeling really on top of the game again. Easily 1 to 2 years. Well, you go and figure, if you have an upset digestive system, you've taken multiple antibiotics, you've taken, you know, ibuprofen or paracetamol or sleeping pills or happy pills or not so happy pills or whatever pills you take. But if you're on all these medications, like some people are, and there's a high level of toxicity, you know, and you've got all these drug-induced side effects, that's a totally different ballgame from somebody who's got a relatively simple case. So the prolongation, you know, that before and after, that after part can take a long time if you've been on medications. That after time can be a lot shorter if you've obviously had a problem of a lot shorter duration. So what you can expect after is feeling a heck of a lot better, but this heck of a lot better feeling occurs in stages, okay? And this is where allopathic or Western medicine beats my kind of system of medicine hands down any day, right? You take a medication, you get a cessation of the symptom reduces, and you think, woohoo, I'm cured, the problem's all gone away. But it ain't gone away at all. Excuse me, all you've done is you've suppressed that symptom. You haven't cured the disease at all. You've suppressed it, only for that symptom to pop out down the track. This can sometimes occur with the after. So if you've been on medications for some time and you stop those medications, okay, and then you start going through a cleansing regime with the body, all the symptoms can be thrown up occasionally that you suppressed way back here with a steroid cream or with a pill like prednisone or something like that. So the after part for people who've been on meds for years can sometimes be a bit uncomfortable and disconcerting, because I have certainly seen cases of symptoms popping up 1 or 2 years down the track of someone who's been on a drug for 10, 20 years, and we managed to get them off that drug. So that can occur. That's the after if you've been on meds for years and years and years. If you haven't been on any medications for a long, long time or ever, or you've only taken a short course, then that's not likely to happen. Generally then the after for you is a recovery phase and then feeling pretty darn good. And that feeling pretty darn good should also come from the inside. So you should actually feel happy about your life and feel there's joy in your life, and you should be optimistic. That's a key thing I look for people with the recovery phase. I'm more concerned about how someone feels inside than how they are on the outside. So if you don't look so good, or your breath is a bit stinky, or you've got skin rashes, or, you know, joint pain, or you've got certain types of problems in the periphery, but you feel good on the inside, that's a key sign for a deep-seated recovery that I'm looking for in people. So be on the lookout for that kind of a situation, because that's the after that I like to see in people. And when I see that kind of after scenario in people, I know that they're going to generally fully recover. And that's a really awesome thing to see with people who've been sick for a long, long time. It's fantastic. So yeah, I mean, this video could take any one of many slants, but when I think of the before and after, I think of someone who's not feeling well, and there's someone who is feeling well and a lot better. But just remember that transition depends on many factors, all right? The time duration depends on a whole bunch of factors too. I've also done videos on how long does it take to cure Candida and things like that. So check those videos out as well. But I'll be talking more about this after scenario in subsequent videos. So thanks for that question, whoever posed to that one. Thank you.